Okay guys, that is done. So grab your piece back. Now what you like to use is up to you. You can use tape or glue. It is up to you. With the glue you can wiggle a little. Is it necessary to wiggle a little? I don't know. But I'm just going to use tape. Because it's quick, no need to wait to dry. Okay, that's that. Let's see, this is the bottom, does not need certain thing, but I just like to have always my page in front of me. Alright, I'm just gonna peel off the tape. You can flat this, that's totally fine. We're gonna grab our first little tag and we're gonna place this on top the other one, and you can guideline right here. So we're just gonna make it quite even. I'm just gonna overlap this at 1 millimeter so I don't see the little strip. Just gonna overlap this 1 millimeter, just like that. I'm gonna flip this over. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, but then of course this needs to go on this corner. So again, I'm gonna place down this 1 millimeter over, and I'm gonna guideline. That sometimes is easier if you just use glue. I'm just gonna place this down. Here we go. Same thing with this one. And our last one. Okay, where was our pocket? This is our pocket. So now we just need to give this a little hand. So I'm just going to lift this up right here, and I'm going to bend this. This needs to go inside, just like that. Same thing with this. Lift this up a little bit. Give this a little hand. And just push it inside. There you go. Burnish this down a little bit so it's nice and flat. And you can test this now if you want. So if you move this, ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Yes, okay, cool. I'm gonna keep this inside because now we go to the top. Yes. Easy peasy. Okay, next step. Next step. Push this away for just a second. We're gonna cut 2 pieces. Yeah, I'm gonna use the 160. We're gonna cut 2 pieces 7/1/8. Seven 1/8 by 5. And I do need another one. Do I have another leftover? I think I have a leftover. This is 5. Yep. Oh, good heaven. Can I still use it? Let's see. 5 by 7/1/8. Yep, I still can use it. Alright, so 2 pieces. And next we need a 6.5 by 4.5. Can we use this? Yes, we can. This is 4.5. And a little tiny piece I need to cut off. 4.5 by 6.5. And this piece we just score 3 times around. So 2 short ones and 1 long one. Okay, this is a leftover piece. That's for this one. Let's cut another one. I don't have a leftover piece, so I'm gonna cut mine 6.5 by 4.5. And we're gonna score 1/2 inch 3 sides. Okay. Let's add tape on our hinges. Same thing on this one. Here we go. Of course, you know now what to do. Cut the corners. Fold everything. Here we go. Same thing with this one. There we go. Peel off the bottom. Grab your base. And we can just eyeball this, or you can make sure that you are in the middle. Here we go. Use your sensitive tape again if you like. You don't need to, but if you do have the same struggles with your 1/2 inch, then I recommend that you use this. And fold this back. Okay, that's our first. Here we go. And there we go. Now, I'm first gonna decorate this. So let's see. Oh, by the way, I did start with these little tags for my new set. This is my 3rd set. So I'm gonna decorate this first, just because I like to. So just keep this in mind, and because this is gonna go on top. So let's see how we're gonna decorate this. First, let me check if this is correct fitting. Yep, it does. It does not need to go bigger, otherwise it does not fit. But this fits marvelous on top. So cool. Let me first decorate this. Find some papers, and we also can use leftovers, of course. let me check that first. You know, I always like to use leftover pieces. So how I did this is first I cut a little piece of a little tag that I glue down on a thin pieces of paper, thin black one, and then I have my leftover pieces. I'm gonna grab my pocket, which I want to add, and then I'm first gonna see where the middle is or where they want to have it, and then I'm just gonna draw a line around it. So this is the spot. Then I'm gonna grab my tape and I'm gonna place one at the bottom, one at the top, and then I'm just gonna fill this up. Not completely, it's not necessary to completely, but at least just about half where the line is. And you can add one in here if you want, but like I said, it's maybe not necessary, but just in case, I just like to have everything nice set. Peel everything off, and then you just can fill it up with whatever you want. First thing where I started was the top and bottom, because it's a long piece that you still see. So that is the one that I like to start with. Like for example, I have this piece right here. Let's cut this so it fits nice. Little black edge. There you go, and then you just can fill it up with little pieces. It's only needed till the drawing, so that is why I just lift that a little up. Just place down a little higher. And I'm just gonna place these right against each other. You don't need to cut these, but for now, if there is something that's longer, then you just can cut that off. And that is how we just gonna fill up it all. You also can just measure this a little, so you don't need to go back. And just fill it up with everything that you have, with leftover pieces that you have. Oh, these ones are small and cute in color. A nice dark one in the middle, which I like. Here we go. Maybe we can use a light one. No, I do like a little dark one first. These are, by the way, the leftovers that I used from my previous leftover tag. Now I can use a light one if I want. Just use whatever you want, of course. Just the leftovers that you have. Now I'm almost at the bottom. Then I like to choose one that fits for the bottom. I think, no, that's also not to use. Maybe I'm gonna use this piece right here. Let's cut this the same size as this one. 1/2 inch will do. Oop, oop, oop. Inch. Alright, and then I have this little spot left. Which one do we like? I like to have this orange come back. And this is a small piece. Does not have to be perfect. You also can overlap it a little. That is perfectly fine. But let the bottom, this one, be the same. Here we go. That's that. Burnish it down a little bit. And then we just can put this on. It is that simple. Yep, it is. But if you like to use a full piece of paper, then that's okay with me, of course. But I like to use my leftover pieces as many and the best way I can get, and I like this. And the reason now that you see that I used to do the same one, because now it looks like I used full strips, but I didn't, but it looks like. yeah, use your little scraps. I always keep them in a trash, in a little bin where I always can access them. Yep, can't say that enough. I just love to use that. Okay, so I have my 2 pieces, which I love, and now we're gonna add this on. So where we're gonna need tape or glue. I'm gonna use glue. That is this piece right here until the fold line, not on this piece, because otherwise you don't have that to open it up. Okay, so we're just gonna apply the glue once. This piece right here, I'm gonna get as close as I can get to the edges. Oh, till the fold line, not further. Till the fold line. And then of course in the middle. This has to be sturdy because you're gonna pull on it. Here we go. We're gonna place this down so this fits perfectly on it. Just see where the best spot is, and for me that is this. I don't see what's beneath this one. Just burnish it down and let it dry, because I use glue, so it needs to be dry before I'm going to use it. Burnish it down well, and I'm going to let that dry. So I'm going to do the same on here till the fold line, not over the fold line. Start with that if you don't want to make mistakes. Alright, as close as I can get to the edges. And then we also need to fill this up. Here we go. Again, place this on top the best way you don't see what's at the bottom, and just burnish it down. I was just seeing here a little paper. Alright, burnish this down. Am I still? Yep, my pockets are up. Always double check, always. Check it out. Oh, my hubby is coming home. That's why the dog is barking. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll be back in a second. Okay, and then it looks like this. And guys, okay, so we still have our back pockets, which there was nothing inside just yet. But yeah, and then it looks like this, guys. So you just have a handle right here, because this is open like this, so you have a handle. Ah, I like it. I did have a leftover piece. Okay, I did not have this handle about pumpkin, but I could not resist using this. Just add a little on. if I have a recommendation, if you want to use your pictures already, then don't put any design paper on here. Just right away glue your picture on. But you also can do that later. If you want to keep these blank, then you can, because you can just go in, make your picture so you can see right here your pictures. So keep that in mind. If you want to use your pictures, then you can do that later, or you can do that first. Okay, cool. Okay, I like it. Do we have still some space? Yep, we are. All right, next we're gonna make the closure for this. So let's do this. Okay, let's find a leftover piece, because it's just a small piece, guys. So I think we can do it with this one. Okay, we're gonna cut a 2 by 3/1/4. Oh, this is just too small. Okay, 3/1/4 is what I need. Yeah, this is quite okay. Here we go, and a 2 inch, so 2 by 3/1/4. That is okay. Okay, so that is that little piece that we need. Where is my glasses? I really need my glasses. Okay, so we are going to score a little bit. We're gonna score a 1 inch and a 1/1/4. 1/1/4. That is not correct. Wait just a second. I see. It's not a 1/2 inch. It's first a 1 inch and then a 1/1/4. Okay. That is. So this one you can just ignore. I still can use it. Alright, just fold this around. So that is what we need. You can round the corners if you like. I like that. Looks so much better. There you go. So this is what we need. Alright, then I also gonna use the envelope closure. So I am gonna use leftover piece and I'm gonna cut down 3 layers each, or 4, that's totally depending on what you like. The sturdier the better. Oh, I still need one. I still need one. There we go. Alright, so I have my pieces. Which paper do I like? That depends on what paper that I'm gonna use. Oh, let's just use this one. I like this. And this is also what we have on the inside, so why not use this? Okay. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh, that is nice. That is nice for my flowers. Oh, a nice juicy rain. Cool. It's very hot lately this season. So a nice cool rain cloud is welcome. Alright, let's grab, make your little round pieces. I've used the 1 inch. What brand is this one? Someone called me that. This is the EK. EK, it stands for, oh, EK. Oh, I don't know. It's a very old one. I like it. Still works very well. But it's a 1 inch circle punch that I use normally for my envelope closures. Alright, punch this down so it's a nice sturdy little round one. I also gonna smooch the edges so everything looks nice. Oh, that is so welcome. I did plant last Saturday some small, I had similar plants that was growing not well. Good heaven, that is a very, very large stormy weather. Oh my gosh. Cool. I hear that because this where I sit right here has a flat roof, so I hear that very, very nice. Alright, so that is ready. I'm gonna put some paper at the front for this one. Which one can we use for that? Well, I think this on this fits nice. So this comes, yep, I like this. Just use your leftover, guys, leftover pieces. That is perfect. Perfect to use. Here we go. I think this is the correct size. I also can use this for the back, but the back we are gonna wait for that. I like crunchy edges. The more the better. Yeah, let's put this on. Here we go. And we do need one for the back, so you can make that right away if you like. Here we go. Let me cut one more. For the back, but don't glue it down just yet. And then the rain is stopped. Just a small little break for the plants. Love it. Alright, this is for the back. Don't glue it down just yet, because first we're gonna add this piece on. I'm gonna push a little middle. You also can use your, if you have, you also can use this tool. Watch your fingers. Always watch your fingers, guys. Okay, let's place this nice in the middle. Is this the middle? Kinda. Alright. Push a hole through it. Grab a brat. Do you want some space? Then I have this little tool. If you want. It's just very thin chipboard. Place this in here. And then in here. Open this up. Make this flat. And then I just can peel this off, and then you have loads of places where you can add your ribbon under. Alright, so far. Okay, and grab your piece back. And now the meaning is that we're going to place this behind here. I do really like to measure this a little, because this piece is very difficult for me to place this nice in the middle. So this is my middle, and then I have this to see where it goes. Yep, that's pretty cool. Add some glue or tape on, whatever you like, but only on the 1-inch piece. Don't overdo it with the first fold line. Alright, now I have my marks and I'm gonna place this down with the fold line a little over, just a tiny little bit, so it folds nicely around it. Alright, burnish this down so it can dry nice. Okay, cool. That's our little closure. Now let's place, by the way, I now can put this on the back of my little closure. Needs to dry all the way around. Here we go. Yes, our closure is done. So let me first decorate this, and don't glue it down. Just don't glue it down, because we need to add our little guy on this side. Okay. So let's see what paper do we like here. Nice background. Let's see, do we have some left over for the background? Nope, I don't think so. All small pieces. So let's grab our set and see what we want. I think I like to have a nice image, but I don't know if that is that we can use something. Can we use something? Let's see. We can use something like this at the bottom. That is cool. Or this one. Oh, I think I like this one already. So I'm gonna make this nice. Wait just a second. I just saw this is actually the one. This is smaller. Do I also have this one double? Okay. Do I? Could be, of course. I'm not perfect, guys. That's this one. Where do I have the other one then? Where is that coming from? No clue where this one is coming from. It's the same one. Where does this, is this from my testing piece? And it's the same one, guys. Look, this is the same one. Just cut it smaller. Yep, I did cut it smaller. So, okay. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna make this nice put this in the corner. Or maybe not, I'm not sure just yet. Changed my mind. Alright, so I'm just gonna look some papers and I'm gonna get back to you in a second. Okay guys, I did a little in front, so what I did, I'm gonna tell you. So I used this piece of paper and then the back for the orange for the bottom. Then I like to have a strip, so I chose this one. So I just cut off first the strip. Then I decided to, I can use the backers as well. I really like this. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna add. Did I already cut it? I think I did. So let me put this in the back. In the pocket, always a little lower. Move this to the correct spot. Go. Okay, cool. Now before we're gonna do anything with this one, place this down as if we're gonna glue this down. Then we're gonna put the, oh, I forgot to make a little round spot in this one. Okay, again, place this down as we are going to put this. Just 1 sec, my dog needs to go out. Wait, even wacht, even wacht. Then I like to have this the same amount than the other one. Is this pretty straight? I think it is. So make a mark and punch a hole. Now first I absolutely like to grab an extra piece to reinforce that. This is a 120, I do feel it, so I'm going to use 2 layers. So I'm just going to reinforce this piece design paper. Why it is large? Well, just because it does not need it, but okay, punch a hole back in. So now it's very sturdy, sturdier as it was before. Put your, I always watch if the legs are nice to each other. I'm not gonna punch hard with my scissor, of course. I will not ruin my Tim Holtz scissor. Again, I am gonna use this little method right here. Turn this over, open this up. Okay, that is cool. Now we can put this on. Here we go. Okay, at this point you can add anything that you like to decorate this. Let's grab it. Oh, little threads. Here we go, and then this is the closure. You always can hang something on your thread if you like, but this is the closure. So how you're going to decorate this, that is totally up to you. I think I like this, and then maybe I still like this one. I don't know. What do you think? Is this too much? I think it looks nice, but I do look for a nice edge around it. So let's see if I have some leftover pieces, or can I? Well, I also can use just my normal craft paper to have a little edge around it. That is also maybe a nice thing to do. Or with white. White is also cream color that I maybe also like. It's too much. No, I think I will go for the brown. Okay, I can't choose. I can't choose. I can't choose, I can't choose. I'll go for the white, and then I can smooch it a little bit. Okay, I'm going to cut this out with my fiskars. Oh, that can be a little smaller. Alright, precision, precision. Good heaven. Okay, cool. I am going to switch this down just a little. I think the brown was just a little too much brown. I really like this to pop up a little bit. Then I'm going to put this down on a thin piece of black. That really pops it up a little bit more. Yes, I like it. Again. Yes, cool. So what do you think? Shall I still have this? I still like it. It's the finishing touch. What do you think? Yep, I do like it. Can't help it. I can't help it. Almost done, guys. Almost done with this beautiful page. Well, page is a complete book. Almost a complete book it is. And then we can add our tags inside. Yes, I like it. I like it. Finish it out, guys. I'm quiet. I'm quiet. Yes, 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 yes. It's time to cook my dinner. Put this away. Yay, 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 yay. Okay, guys. So, one more time, I'm going to show you my page. So, we have a big pocket. Big pocket. Cool, I like it. And it's still not done, yeah, guys, it's still not done. Because this, we are gonna put this down on our tunnel. So we still can, oh, I think, nice one with this one to bring that back. So this is gonna be on top our tunnel. And so we have a big pocket here. This opens everything up. And then you have a big pocket here and here as well. And then a pocket here and here. And then you have this surprise right here. Yay! God, I love it. Okay. Yep. Is pop-up difficult? Not particularly, but you just have to understand some things, some stuff. But yeah, this is my goal on this page. Absolutely happy that I did put some design paper on. Otherwise you will definitely see too much black. This works nice. Pocket here, pocket at the front. Yes, cool. Alright. Almost done, guys, but yeah. These little strips and put this on your tunnel. You can do that. Yes. I will see you later and yeah, cool. I'm so happy. So proud of myself. I'm gonna give you one more time the measurements. If I forgot to give you those, but I hope I do not. But here are the measurements. Pause me down. Wait just a second. Okay, guys, I am ready as far as I can get. There is, I put 2 strips, the bottom and top, because I thought it would fit amazing, because I use this piece, and it does. Only when I'm going to open it up and think, oh yeah, I use that also on the inside. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not. Not a particular bad thing. I added some black things inside, like a booklet, which I'm going to decorate later. 2 large tags and 2 little booklets as well in here. But I'm going to decorate that later. So this is ready to put inside, but maybe it's even better to wait, because if you're going to do the back, then it's easier to work on a flat tunnel than on this big piece. So I'm going to wait till I'm going to glue this on. So yeah, okay, next step.